Good morning, testing. Where I needed to pick me up because as you can hear from my voice, I'm not super awake, and as you can see from my VTuber, it's not exactly pretty. I feel like every time I come to a new stream, I'm updating you guys on my IRL situation somewhat. Oh my god, okay, I probably owe you the explanation on the VTuber first because it happened so suddenly. I was using this program that's called vtuber. It was really good, right? And then after that, suddenly, yesterday, 27th of June, they had a sudden announcement, I think, that vtuber was no longer continued. So I had a small panic because, you know, vtuber was like the best out there that allowed me to do like different poses and stuff like that. Yeah, it is not exactly possible right now. So I either had to go back to the magic mirror, which I didn't quite like, or I have to go back to like, okay, the magic mirror actually has this really weird fishbowl perspective, so I didn't like it. This VC face is the one that I'm using right now. It is the closest to vtuber for 3D models, because I don't have a 2D model, and my 3D model is kind of like from Vroid itself. It's a VRA model, which means it's not gonna be permanent. What you see right now is like the closest representation of me, but if I were to, you know, have someone actually make for me a model, I would prefer it to be from like a 2D version first, because there are more options streaming 2Ds. Unfortunately, it is what it is, so forgive the very strict and weird looking VTuber from now on. It is not it's not up to me, unfortunately. Right, so at the same time, my voice, what I play. Alright, last night I had the nightmare. It hasn't happened in a while, but some of you know that I've been going for therapy, and some of you know that my health isn't really the best, and some of you know that I may or may not have been overworking myself again, from writing books to growing the second channel, which honestly speaking, it is crazy to think that we are nearing 350 subs for this main writing channel and about 160 on the second channel. I did not start growing this for a very long time yet, you know? It's kind of like a recent deal thing that exploded. I'm in the process of trying to process that, I guess you can say. So anyway, so this is the new series that I remember telling you about that I would be doing. Venus is not here, it's just me today, so I decided to shift it to a time that is convenient for me. I was supposed to go for yoga as well, but you know, the time of the month happened and I'm just like sickish, and then my job, like, you know, the freelance things, there were like cancellations and whatnot. It was a mess, and it's only 10 in the morning, right? I'm so done with the day. Right, as for the announcement, yes, so there is this really wonderful thing I want to show you first. Right, how about we jump ahead and skip to that so that we can get everything out of the way. Oops, what happened? Right, see this? My VTuber kind of in the way. Okay, I hope you can see this from the corner of the screen, right? So yes, you're looking at Discord. This is actually the Webnovel, not really Webnovel, the novel updates bot, right? So I have this bot in my server as well. I recently talked to the developer, aka Prodi. They have actually added on some of the things that I'm looking for. So initially they only did it for Webnovel, right? And then after that they expanded it out. They did it for Wuxia World and stuff like that. So it is a very huge help for those who are interested in writing web novels in future. It is a good marketing tool for your Discord community. It does it automatically when you have chapters out, so that you don't have to post, hey, new chapter at everyone. It does it for you, right? So they've also recently added 2 new sites, which is Royal Road Release for those of you who don't want to be on web novel, and Wattpad Release for those of you who are fanfiction writers like myself. So it's an all-inclusive writing community kind of thing. There are other sites that will be coming soon, but recently it has also come to my attention that the web developer requires a small fee to run the server side of this board because it's grown so massively over the 2 years or so. Yeah, I understand. Good things are difficult to keep free, so we'll try to help as much as we can. Financially speaking, I'm not the best person to go to, but I do have influence. I do have you guys, and some of you guys may have an extra dollar or two that you can help. No need to be every month. It doesn't have to be every month. Like a one-time fee or donation would be fine as well, because Prody is a great guy. He said he will continue to keep it up for as long as he can. But if there is some kind of help financially, it would be great. He's not looking for a profit, he's just looking to ease the burden on his wallet, but he will continue to try and keep this free. How amazing is this guy, right? So all the links are in my description. If you have the extra change, please do help. So he has the tutorial, the server invite, the setups and stuff like that. Take a look at this. For real, it is tracking every single book on every single site that he has already custom coded for. Wattpad, it's still searching for new pools, and of all languages. Can you see that? Webnovel. Like literally there are thousands of books that have been created at this very moment that we speak every single day, and it is doing an amazing job tracking this. Can you imagine the kind of hosting required for this? Okay, so for those of you who can, please donate. For those of you who can't, like myself, go to the Discord group, his Discord group, and then after that, oh, I probably should, like, you know, I probably should make the Discord group somewhere. I forgot where. Okay, I'll update this later on. Right, anyways, there is also this thing that you can do called vote, right? So you go to top GG or something like that, the link here, and then after that you click vote, and it helps to get it validated. Right, so without further ado, that was that. Alright, so let's begin with the event for this morning and why you're all here. So as you can see, Webnovel has announced that it will be coming back with its WPC competition. Hold on, let me make this bigger. You might not be able to see this. This is only available on Inkstone for people who have a writing account with Webnovel, unfortunately. Right, so we got the news early. It's actually supposed to be hosted on the 5th, but it is not an open competition yet. So I'm making this information open for everyone else who has not yet explored the writing side of Inkstone, aka Webnovel's backend for writers, right? So it is going to start from the 5th of July. They will be relaunching the writing prompts contest. I think they stopped for a long while, about half a year, because of the very huge WSA competition. So right now, what I foresee is that Webnovel is moving into a direction of hosting bigger competitions more often and smaller competitions less frequently. It used to be like one new prompt topic every 2 weeks, right? Now it's one prompt topic every month. Can you see the difference? And they have hosted smaller competitions which are 3 months long. So those of you who write FL, you know there was this werewolf thing that they announced, right? A werewolf category, that's that. So this writing prompt for July itself is going to be slightly different from the ones that Venus and I did previously before we took a break from that series. Okay, here's how it's going to work. Okay, so I'm going to just read it from screen in case you can't see it. Dear authors, starting next month, 5th July 2023, Webnovel will relaunch WPC, which stands for Writing Prompts Contest, a short introduction to WPC. Every month, our editors will select the current popular tropes of web novel market. Simply write a minimum of 5,000 words to participate. Winners are promised to receive an exclusive, repeat here, exclusive contract from editors and getting exclusive honor displayed on their profile page. Contest lasts for 1 month and all works participated will be featured on the event page. The target: new authors without writing experience, experienced authors willing to explore the latest popular genres, or anyone who wants to try web novel hit genres under editor guidance. Okay, let me explain a few things here. Before anybody gets the misconception, when they say exclusive contracts, it means you sell your copyrights to Webnovel. They own your works, that you created. Understood? And only those who sign these contracts of giving away rights to web novel are qualified or will qualify for this competition. You will not win anything if you're not ready to sell rights. So if you don't want to, this is not for you. Alright? Second misconception. When they say under editor guidance, the editor is not going to help you with writing your book. The editor may answer a few doubts that you have, but they won't tell you, should I have the main character die in chapter 1 or should I make the main character isekai in chapter 2. They will not design the book for you. That is your job. What the editor guidance mean is telling you what kind of things are popular on web novel, what you can do, what you can't do. For example, anything that is R18 cannot be included in the first 10 chapters of a new book. That is unacceptable. For example, your covers on web novel may be taken from Pinterest. If you can, give copyright. If you can't, then please make sure that it's not just a copy and paste. At least slap on the title and your author name, right? Also, any book cover on web novel has to be approvable content. No nudity, no violence or anything of that sort, or not too much that it will get banned on the Apple Store, right? That is editor guidance. When they say editor guidance, they don't mean content editor, they don't mean line editor, they don't mean someone who will check your work, they just mean someone who will make sure that you're not an idiot. Okay, are we clear here? I hope we are clear here, because this is a common misconception. The way that web novel phrases things often sounds really good, but more often than not, it sounds overly good, and that's where I will tell you to be cautious about, because it is not a scam. Alright, let me repeat, it is not a scam, but there are many catches to it. They make it sound good. It might not be good, it might not be that favorable to you, but it is absolutely favorable to them. Alright, I'll go into that a little bit more details later on, okay? Don't panic, right? Leave your questions on the chat, I will check through after the stream. Right, so the spoiler for WPC July 2023, the main theme is LitRPG, stands for Literature RPG. If you play RPG games, MMORPGs and whatnot, role-playing games, you will know. For example, Genshin Impact, a very popular RPG game, right? MMORPG game, right? But now you're just bringing it into a book. I will explain a little bit more about this genre later on. FL theme, enemies to lover. It's a very classic theme in the romance sector. For those of you who are new, what is ML and what is FL? Let me just simply break this down. Web novel is typical Asian. There is a very strict line for gender division in how they market their sales. They're not telling you non-binary people don't exist. Okay, we do, but we would favor the FL more than the ML. Why? Alright, let me just break this down into novel writing terms. Alright, anything that is romance centric, anything that revolves around romance, your entire plot is about the romance, it is going to be under FL. Alright, but if your story only has romance as a side dish, it's not the main dish, it's not the whole meal, it's not a course, and everything else is going to be the fun stuff that your readers coming for. For example, if you are writing something that is a serial murder story, horror, alright, the serial murder might have a side fling and then they murder their side fling, alright, that goes under ML and not FL. Got it? If you're writing isekai, it can go into ML or FL, but if your isekai is about someone who is bound for revenge, that is ML. But if your isekai is about someone who is capturing love targets, that's gonna be FL. Clear? Any questions so far? I feel that this is pretty, it should be clear enough, right? FL means romance centric, ML means non-romance centric. Anything goes in ML, which is why it is quite a popular genre, okay? Now, these are the detailed rules. They gave us a photo because they were too lazy to retype it out and they haven't posted this out yet. Anyways, okay, let us just make this clear. Alright, so they have a few rules, they have categories, they have requirements as well. So they said 5,000 words, right? It's not that hard. Okay, 5,000 words, you now have 1 month. It used to be 2 weeks, right? Every week if you wrote 2,500, it means if you write for only 5 days, it's 500 every day. It's like 1 essay's worth. All right, now you have twice the amount of time. Please don't tell me you can't get 250 words out a day. I don't believe so. All right, so to qualify, it's very simple. You only need 5,000 words to qualify, but here is the catch. We're working with Webnovel, alright? So even if you have 5,000 words, do not stop posting. Post it daily. It heightens your chance of readability. It heightens the chance of readers finding you. And also vote, alright? I don't care who you ask for votes. You can even self-vote. In fact, a lot of people do that. Vote. Vote for your book. If there is a vote button, just freaking vote it, alright? And write your own reviews. Like the first reviewer should be yourself, right? Give it 5 stars, because why the hell not? And then do review swaps. It increases the chance of people actually getting to your book and saying like, oh, I might give this a try, because guess what? It's gonna be saturated like all over again, for sure. No doubt about it. Even if they say, oh, it's a WPC, it's like a small writing contest. You'd see about 20, okay, previously it depends, from 20 to 50 authors. Right now it's 1 month, okay? So you're gonna be like writing and competing with about 100 different authors. What makes your book different and stand out from the rest of them, alright? Getting a cover from Webnovel's cover creator works. I'm not saying it doesn't work, it works, but is it gonna be attention grabbing enough for the new readers who don't even know who you are? Not exactly, alright? Put in a little more effort to differentiate yourself. That's what I'm gonna say, okay? It's only 5,000 words, but you have to be prepared. Once you enter this competition and you win, you must be able to sell your copyrights. If you don't, meet me on Wattpad. That's where all the free stuff go. You can post anything you want on Wattpad and own your own copyrights because it's free anyways, right? So yes, if you want to write and win WPC, you're actually writing for an exclusive contract. You're looking to sell your copyrights for a mega sum of money. I will go into why people will sell their copyrights. But anyways, all these things can be found in my free e-course. It's in the description below if you want more details. As long as you are prepared, right? So my e-course also covers a little topic about dark side of Webnovel, what you should know before you actually get into any contracts, exclusive or non-exclusives, what it contains, the kind of people you meet, and the work culture, right? So all these are up there. It's to your own. Help yourself, right? I've given you all the resources. Help yourself, guys. I didn't do this for no reason, right? Prize, WPC winner, the winner. Okay, so it will be it used to be like gold, silver, bronze, and 4 constellations or something like that. They didn't have constellations before, but now they're just being very big. They're like select 5 to 10 outstanding words in separate categories and like call you guys winner. It's not gonna be as simple as that. All right, they have roll of honor. Okay, these books will be displayed on the whatever publicity page for this WPC thing that they're gonna create. Trust me, it's not gonna get a lot of attention. The exposure package. Okay, this is the one. This is the one you want because it offers you. Okay, Webnovel has a very high traffic. Believe it or not, Webnovel has one of the highest grossing traffic ever. What do I mean by that? I mean, they are very good at pulling people in from nowhere using things that they like and then pushing those new people into different rabbit holes of finding new things. So these new and lost rabbits are gonna touch everything because they don't know what they're doing, and if one of those things that they touch happen to be yours, you're in luck. This is what I mean by exposure, right? So they have a very high grossing traffic that they constantly push new content to all these lost people who would touch it. So if it doesn't grab the attention of one of these lost rabbits, that you have lost your opportunity, but they will expose you to it. So they will feature you for about a month on a dedicated page so that all these new people who don't know where to click will be able to find you. That is for the winners. Alright, if you're not a winner, you're not gonna get that, which means your book is gonna sit at like a paltry 200 views also. Right, you might think, oh my god, 200 views is more than I've ever sold. or on Amazon, or I've ever had on Wattpad. Wait, okay, just wait. There are a lot of things called web novel bots, alright? Web novel is a system of bots as well. It auto-clicks, so every time it clicks on something, it clicks on your book, it counts as one view, alright? It counts by clicks, it's not really by reads, alright? Even though they say view, it's not truly a read. They don't have like justified reads yet, from what I last remember, which is why some of my books have like what, 3 million over reads? It is not true, it's just 3 million over clicks. There is a difference. People don't actually read that. They only see the cover, they click. That counts as a view. That counts as a view. That counts as a read. It's not really a read. They haven't even opened the book, okay? I just want to say this, like, be very, very clear, alright? The exposure package is the one that you truly want. And then the direct contract offers for the readers. These are the reason. Okay, mainly you write and participate in WPC because you want an exclusive contract. This is the easiest way and the fastest way, other than getting scouted, of course, right? So this is why people actually participate in this, because this is what they want. The prize you write to win. If you just want to write for exposure, you might want to try elsewhere, or you might want to try a non-WPC thing, because WPCs are really, it is a bloodbath. It is. Okay, you might think that they say a lot of new and inexperienced authors. There are those, but there are also those really big name authors or those really established authors on web novels ecosystem who want more contracts. Yes, you heard me right. There are exclusive contract addicts on web novel itself. We are called the MGS farmers. What is MGS? Ta-da! So MGS is a minimum guarantee system, right? So there's a new minimum guarantee system. I think I did this stream before. So it was from last December. They changed it, alright? So initially it was like every 4 months you hit a certain work quota, you post daily, you're a good and hardworking child, you would get paid 200 USD, alright? 200 USD if you don't make 200 USD, so that you have at least something to feed your cats with, okay? Right now it's different. Right now they say even if you're a very good child and you do all the things that we told you to do before, which includes about 1,500 words upload every single day of a calendar month for 4 months straight, you're not gonna get $200 if you don't earn at least $60 from your readers. Yeah, it is the capitalistic scheme that Web Novel has come up with, a solution similar to Twitch. I don't want to talk about that. Alright, so anyways, this is what the new system is, and this is what an exclusive contract will give you. It is only good for 4 months if you are earning between 60 to 200 USD for the first 4 months, alright? If you don't, then this exclusive contract is only gonna mean this. It's only gonna pay you, okay, technically 50% of whatever you've earned, and then it will accumulate in Web Novel's e-wallet system until it hits 200 USD before it transfers to the bank to you. And you will realize that the moment you hit 200 and it transfers to your bank, you will not be getting 200 USD. Reason being, they are not responsible and liable for any bank transfer charges, for any of the Apple Store commissions, for any of the other taxes and withholding taxes from both sides of the country, which means effectively you might get 30% or less of the royalties that you earn from the USD 200 that you've waited for 2 years to accumulate. That can happen, and that has happened. And some people hasn't actually gotten to the point of being able to get 200 USD, so they've never even had a paycheck from Web Novel itself. That is what happens when you sign an exclusive contract. You either make it or you die with them. Like honestly, if the book doesn't get readability, it's just gonna remain on Web Novel's site forever in a very dark closet. It is like what they call the coal palace, right? Your book is gonna go into a coal palace on Web Novel, and it belongs to them. Yep, your book is now the empress, mistress, or concubine, and they cannot leave the palace, they cannot be their own person, they can't do anything, they're just there. And they're just waiting to die. That is what it is. So The Emperor web novel has a very ruthless way of monetizing stuff, so be very careful. If you want your book rights, don't sign this contract. There is something called the non-exclusive, but even so, I would caution you to be very careful about it. Read the terms and conditions. Some non-exclusive allows you to post on other sites, some non-exclusive don't allow you to post on other sites, some non-exclusives must be, you know, disclosed before you can post to different adaptations and stuff like that. It is very messy, and also most non-exclusives want priority rights for your postings. For example, if you are posting a book on site A and you sign a non-exclusive with site A says, I want you to post on my site first. Every chapter that you post must be 2 chapters ahead of every other site. So then you go to site B and you're like, hey, I also want a non-exclusive, and site B tells you the same thing. So mathematically, how the hell are you gonna post on 2 different sites first at the same time? It's not possible, alright? You can have 2 non-exclusive, but you can't have them at the same time. So be very careful when you sign non-exclusives, alright? This kind of thing can happen, right? What I would suggest instead is to post on one site non-exclusively, and when you finish, take that completed manuscript and go to other sites and say, I have a completed manuscript, would you like to look this through and give me a non-exclusive contract? That is much safer, and it's a higher chance that they will say yes because it's already completed, right? They're not taking any risk. My go-to site for a non-exclusive contract is actually Good Novel, simply because they are the only site that gives you a non-exclusive contract and will pay you a one-time fee of 50 USD upon completion of like what, 120,000 words, which is very, very possible for people like me who are used to writing web novels, which also means I write above 120,000 words for every series. It's about 150,000 words for FL and BL. It is close to 1 million words for ML, and I'm not ready to do that again. I definitely have clocked more than 200,000 words for Godfather World, and we're not even done. Oh my god, right? So that is my curse. So this minimum guarantee system, I have explained it, alright? The rest of it you guys can read by yourself or visit my blog or go find the other stream that I done before explaining this. Yeah, so this is this. Right, let's go. There's the tab. Okay, let's go back to the web novel thing. So they say how to participate, right? So when you go create your work, you have to go create your work and select the correct tab for it. Competition starts on the 5th of the month and ends on the 1st of the following of every month. Results will be announced on the 5th of each month, which means the editors will go through hell trying to read everything. Okay, I lied. Editors don't. Okay, I won't say the editors don't read everything. They do, they speed read, and only the first 4 chapters, right? Up to 5,000 words. After the first 5,000 words, they're not gonna read anything more, okay? So make your first 5,000 words count, impress the editors, wow them, and actually capture their attention so that they might give you a contract, alright? And then after that, all this. Okay, final rankings. They used to be by votes, but right now because of the bots on Webnovel, it's too many, right? So now they've changed the system of judging criteria. They are looking at performance data consistency, which means daily updates. Are you updating daily? Are you interacting with your viewers? Are you actually posting it and making sure that the chapters are not duplicates of each other just for the word count sake? Are you actually making sure that your cover has been really put in effort to and designed and whatnot, okay? They want all these things. They also want to check, are you decent in writing quality? Okay, I'm not talking about English as your first language. I'm talking about making sure that you actually edit, have your proper capitalizations and whatnot, those things. Yeah, is your English decent? I'm saying decent, readable. I'm not talking about profound literacy standards. I'm talking about, can the common people who don't English well understand your English standard, alright? It's not trash English. That's what you need, alright? And then, is the book that you write something that the web novel readers are gonna love? Is it related to the topic that you've chosen? For example, you choose light RPG, right? And then you give something that's not light RPG. For example, light RPG, okay, you can write about a sage, you can write about a knight, you can write about anything. And then after that light RPG, you just said, I isekai and I'm a software engineer. Where's the RPG part in this, bro? Okay, you may be a software engineer, but you have to, like, you know, isekai and reincarnate into, I don't know, man, like an archer. Okay, let's say an archer, something like that. That's gonna be RPG. That's gonna be isekai as a software engineer, but you're an archer. Okay, that makes sense. So they're gonna qualify this. But if you're just like, no, bro, I'm just gonna bring computers to the next world. I'm not even gonna go on an adventure. I'm just gonna be a shut-in the new world. That is not gonna be an RPG. You're not gonna qualify for that. Okay, so the editors are gonna be judging based on that criteria as well as the commercial value. So how is this gonna perform if I give you a contract? Okay, because what they don't want is seeing newly contracted writers not getting that 60 USD upon contract, because you won't qualify for the MGS thing, and that would be really sad, right? So this is what it is, and then after that, all these things, yeah, just basically what I've said. Also, if you try to plagiarize a work that has already been there, web novel editors know, because I have a feeling they have this thing that checks through if writers are copying it off somewhere, plagiarism checker basically. Alright, and they have a huge database of books out there in their system that some writers, I'm saying some writers, have plagiarized works of other writers on web novel itself. Yeah, those are some of the horrific stories I've been through. I've seen a lot of things. I was part of that all the toxic bullshit. It still is a toxic cesshole, but we're not gonna go there. Right, those are the 5 things that you should know before you sign a web novel contract. Read my e-course and also the dark side of web novel. Please read that before you actually consider anything about the contracts. Alright, so these are explained. I have explained the contest and how it works. So now, time for our favorite. I did not prepare PowerPoint because I was stressed and I had no time. So bear with me. I will be turning the screen to a different one. I need to set up this thing. Hold on. Okay, can you guys see this? It is notepad. So I wasn't gonna prepare any PowerPoint slides and fancy stuff, so I'm gonna be taking questions from this point on as I explain forward what these things are and what it consists of and how you can do it, right? Don't mind me just leisurely having my cup of cold Milo right now. It's cold. It used to be warm. It's cold now. I've been talking for a while. Right, so let me get to this. Hey, literature RPG. Okay, it has to consist. Okay, this is the definition. Some of it can include some tropes that you can include for this. Alright, just some examples here, very brief one. Alright, you can create isekai reincarnation genres, which a very huge amount of people actually write this. You can write quick transmigration, whereby you go from one world to another world, but all of it are RPG worlds. It is like an ascension kind of game. Okay, that works as well. You can write about dungeons of like different floors and monsters that you have to conquer and stuff like that. For example, Sword Art Online. Alright, you can write where is that? You can write VR gaming. It works as well, alright? You can write about swords and magic. You can write about systems, leveling systems, alright? From weak to strong. This is a weak to strong genre. Right, these are some of the very popular elements that you can include in your lit RPG. Oh my god, what is going on? Okay. These are all the things that you can include in LitRPG, genres that you can mix inside that will make things a little bit more marketable, that increases your odds of winning the competition in the WPC, I mean. Can you actually see? I can't. Okay, this is much better for me. So any other questions over here? This is pretty straightforward. You can basically write anything that is related. Okay, the RPG, I would say in the most conventional sense, you have a fantasy kind of genre and a little bit of sci-fi. Alright, fantasy or sci-fi. I would say more fantasy inclined towards than sci-fi. So this is LitRPG genres. Any questions from viewers of VODs? Please put them like in the comments. I will get to them eventually. Right, enemies to lovers. This one is pretty simple. So this is definitely romance type. So it basically has to be opposing powers. It has to be opposing powers or conflict involved in the beginning. And then it has to eventually resolve into romance. Some popular genres of this. Okay, you can also do isekai again or reincarnation. Right, you can also do things that are like royal families. Royal family. Oh, what happened to my spacebar? Royal family politics and whatever not, like a kingdom or whatever things, you know. You can do things like werewolf vampires. These are very evergreen. You can do things like a mafia. You can do anything here, really. You can do like a teen drama. Yeah, you can do angst. You can do things very popularly like star-crossed lovers. For those of you who are BL lovers, BL or yaoi, it's here as well. BL or yaoi, it's here as well. Okay, or LGBT. Right? Curiously enough, not a lot of writers of romance use systems, but you definitely can. It will be an interesting mix and match of niche. So you can do systems, right? There's no limitations to what you can include over here. Okay, if you want to do anything smart related, you can on Webnovel, but please keep it to after chapter 10. Yeah, keep it to chapter 11 and onwards, alright? Be safe, don't like publish nudity and whatever not in front, but also give your readers warning. It is a very good warning though for the people who just want to see the action, you know? Yeah, fan service, those are the ones, alright? So I think so far these are the ones that I can think on the top of my head. Enemies to lovers, I would say that the style of this one, if you could do royal family. Oh, also because it's web novel, there's one thing over here that you can do: cultivation. I've seen a lot of those cultivation novel thingies, romance cultivation things, those enemies to lovers. It's gonna be very good if you know how to do it well. Because it is web novel, they are already used to the wuxiawu kind of situation. They are very used to the cultivation mechanics, so you can definitely use that to your favor. Historical as well, oh my god, yes. Historical romances, especially if you have historical romances of like the medieval times, the knights and the princesses, or you have historical romances of like ancient China and stuff like that, that is really really good. And if you have any other historical romances that are unique to a background or setting, for example Egyptian times, you might write like a very sexy looking pharaoh that you have been time traveled over to. It doesn't have to be historically accurate, it just has to be historically hot. It will sell, okay? Alright, so this is all I have today to share. So enemies to lovers, you get all these things that you can actually include into lit. And then after that, for lit RPG, it is literally a free for all game, man. Like, just go wow. You play games, right? You play more games than I do on my second channel. That is really saying something. I am not your game girl. I don't really know how to play games. The only game I actually do play is like Minecraft slash Minesweeper. And then the rest, like Valorant and like Apex, it just became a comedy stream because I don't even know what buttons to press. Alright, so I'm not like the best gamer out there. I don't really, I have a PC that's worthy of hosting games and streaming and stuff like that, but I'm just terrible at games. I'm so sorry. But that's all for today. If there are no other questions, I will end the stream over here. Anybody who is actually watching the VODs and you have questions, please leave the comments. Alright, I will check through the comments if I remember from time to time. It's not gonna be instantaneous. I'm also busy preparing for like my holiday and stuff like that. I also had like my schedule messed up by other people, so yeah, that will be fun, man. That will be fun. Okay, I'm just gonna go now. Okay, so I'll see you guys when I do see you guys again. Yeah, probably not next week. I don't know. Okay, we'll see. Alright, thanks. Bye bye.